Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 21 of the NR 2003 Diva Busch Series. After today, we only have 5 more races left to go. The short track next week at Martinsville, and then final 4 races after they take an off week next week. Of course, Victoria Hughes got her first win yesterday in the Truck Series race. We'll see what happens here today in the Busch Series as Olga Scott starts on the pole position for today's race here, the New Hampshire 200. Olga Scott, a season to forget, 35th in the points for a car that won the championship in the real-life Busch Series back in '03. That would be Brian Vickers. Alongside of her is Annie James. There's been some talks Annie James will not be back in the series. She fell 6 spots down to 30th in the standings. Annie James will be moving down to the Diva Truck Series next season. Elizabeth Gardner in row number 2. She is 24th in the point standings. And Erin Walsh, still looking for her first win of the year, 28th in the point standings. Leela Bakai is the points leader by 14 points. Forgot to show you the rest of the starting grid. Sorry about that. We do this. And the 5 has got a little issue. I'm not sure what's going on with the 5. As the 5 is having some problems. Oh, we got a stack up. That's going to be a wave off. But as I was saying, let me show you the rest of the qualifying results. As Tatiana Guerra starts last. Bakai is the points leader by 14 points over Charlotte Lopez. 31 points ahead of Caitlin Roy. Angela Thornburg is 46 back, 4th in the standings as the cars are finally rolling off behind the pace car. Alexandria Starnes is 103 points back in 5th. Mackenzie Cervino is 6th, 104 points back, still looking for her first win of the year. April Winters is 7th. She fell 3 spots down to 7th in the standings. 8th is Elena Lydia, who is 122 points back. 130 back is Darby King in 9th. And Carolina Bradley dropped 2 spots down to 10th in the standings after her poor finish last week. I'm currently watching the Darlington race from last year because the race this year, as of this recording, is still in the delay. So I thought maybe I could just watch this race and also commentate this race. So there you go. Green flags in the air. The New Hampshire 200 is underway. Olga Scott having a season to forget. She needs a good run here today after it has been a disappointing season for the 5 car out of Hendrick Motorsports. And looks like Annie James took the lead, but we're under caution for the first time here today, as Tatiana Guerra is the reason for the caution. Ada Chua, Becky Sampson, Jayla DeRazin with some significant damage. So, tough break for those drivers. First caution of the race is out here at Loudon. Let's jump back, look at a replay to see what happened to cause our first yellow of the race early in the New Hampshire 200. Looks like 3 wide got really crazy there with Mackenzie Cervino running in the side of Joanna Berg. They come up, get into the left rear of Becky Sampson. Jayla DeRazin gets a piece of this incident. 27 goes into the wall, nowhere for the Dr. Pepper Dodge to go in the 26. And then everybody trying to miss it. And I don't know what happened to Tatiana Guerra, whether she got collected or not. I think she's going to run the 27. She did. Goes down, gets into Ada Chua, took both cars in the wall. Pretty significant damage to the right front of the Supercut Chevrolet. Has not been a good season for Tatiana Guerra as she comes into this race. according to my live points, 37th on the points. It's been a very struggling season for her. And she is one of the drivers that comes into this race, depending where the owner points stand on the 0 and the 79. One of the drivers possibly in danger of dropping to the truck series if she doesn't get her performances going soon. So the caution's out for the first time today. To the restart here at Loudon. Green flag back in the air on lap number 6 of 30 will give us a total of 25 laps of racing to go. Olga Scott is the leader, Annie James second, Elizabeth Gardner third, Sally Ford is fourth, fifth Aaron Walsh, Darlene Ward sixth, seventh Elena Lydia, Natalie Fisher is eighth, Angela Thornburg ninth, and Brooke Packett will complete the top 10. Tatiana Guerra, the only driver out of the race, so another poor finish caps off what has been a very struggling season for her. Becky Sampson and Ada Chua are both 1 lap down. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yep, I said it right. Okay. Going to be really interesting to see how this race will play out in tomorrow's Diva Cup Series, as they're also running 30 laps in tomorrow's New Hampshire 300 to cap off our race weekend from here. Next week, all 3 series will be at Martinsville. That should be a very fun race weekend, some short track racing. Let me look at the calendar to see who will be taking part next week. Okay, so it will be all 3 series, and then the trucks head to Las Vegas rather. Diva Cup Series will head to Richmond. Diva Busch will take an off week. The other part is Ada Chua, who, by the way, was involved in that first yellow, came in this race 39th in the points. She's had a very tough season in that ride. I'm actually going to do a combination points. Give me right now, according to my live points here. And looking at my live points here, the 79 team comes into this race. This is, by the way, if you do the owner points, they're 31st in the point standings as far as owner points. So right now, the 79 is safe for next season, at least for now. The 0, however, is 37th in points. So, yeah, Tatiana Guerra would be like 38th as far as the owner points are concerned. Right now, the 0 team would be in the danger zone of whoever the driver is, because Brooke Packett's going to be in that car for the rest of the season. So it looks like, but the thing is, Hanako Watanabe is going to be in the, well, if she makes the Diva Busch series, then that danger zone becomes null and void. Checking back here, we got Eva Mata. Azara Mirmo is getting held up by Ada Chua. There's Alyssa Albon, who is also in the danger zone of dropping to the truck series if she doesn't get her performances picked up soon. Eva Mata came in race 26 on the points. This is not the run she was hoping for. There's Shayla Askarov. Askarov will be heading back to the GTSRA Asia Series next season. Caitlin Roy back here. There's Yvonne Dune, Trixie Tang. Trixie Tang's had a tough year in the 25. Shanti Darwish in the 4. Comes in this race 11th in points. This is not what she needed. Let's find out where our points leader is running. Going to be Lila Vakai. She's running in 16. She's your points leader coming in this race. And not too far behind her, the gal that comes in this race second in points, Charlotte Lopez, who's got her teammate Carolina Bradley behind her. There's Brooke Packett, who's trying to get further and further away from that danger zone as far as the owner points is concerned. Right now, the 0 would be locked into the owner points when I put the final owner point standings. Gonna run for Joanna Berg. The gal that was third in points, Caitlin Roy. Let's see where she's running. Back in third and fourth is third in the points. Boy, this is not the run she was hoping for. And Angela Thornburg is running in 10th. She was fourth in points coming in this race as we're past the midway point of today's race, by the way. Alexandria Sarns running in 8th right now. By the way, that is the gal who's on the bubble to move up to the Diva Cup Series next season. Annie James in the 60. It's been a tough year for Annie James so far. Like I said, comes in this race 30th in the points. Annie James will look to finish what has been a terrible season. Definitely a season she would like to forget. So based off what I read as far as the points is concerned, a couple of these drivers, Albon we know is dead last in points. Ada Chua, Jalen Deraz, and Tatiana Guerra. And it looks like Yvonne Dune, when I put the owner points combined, are the 5 drivers in danger of dropping to the Diva Truck Series. As Alyssa Albon's had a problem in that 30. Something has happened to the Keystone line up, the engine let go. And she was not having a good run, so now she'll become our, quote, second retirement out of the race. And I bet you Zachary Taylor has not been too happy with her finishes that she's had this season. And it's not going to be surprising that she is leaving that. She will be losing. She'll be probably fired by Zachary Taylor at the end of the year. Would be really good for Annie James to finish what has been a terrible season. Down to 7 to go, be 6 to go next time by. Olga Scott, nice run from her. By the way, she's on the bubble when you combine the owner points of the 0 and the 79. She is on the bubble as far as that's concerned. Because say if the 0 has another solid run, that would put the 2 in, or put the 5 in a predicament. I don't know where Yvonne Dune is running. By the way, she would be the first one out, running in 30th. So she would be in the danger zone of moving down to the truck series if she doesn't get it together. As they're about to lap Ada Chua. Down to 4 laps of racing to go here at New Hampshire. If you've not heard the announcement today, the car set that we've been using for Diva Trucks, Busch, and Cup will now be the cars we're going to be running for the Chevrolet Venom Truck Series, the Chevrolet McDonald Series, and the Chevrolet Non-Synergy Cup Series. So that's something we're definitely looking forward to. Really proud of Annie James. This would be her second win of the year. She's a former winner this season. For Olga Scott in the 5, this is a well-needed run. And a good run for Elizabeth Gardner, a driver we have not talked much about in the last couple of weeks. Gardner 24th in points, former winner this season, I believe at Memphis, if I remember correctly. Aaron Walsh 28th in points. We're now on the last lap of this race. The truck race at Darlington Real Life about to start, as I'm recording this race. A driver who will be leaving this ride at the end of the year, Annie James. What a year she's going to go out. Second win of the year, Annie James will take the New Hampshire 200 here tonight, or here today rather, at Loudon. I don't know why I said tonight, but anyway. Having one of those seasons, okay? It's a long season, so. Standings are indeed official. Olga Scott will come away with second, Elizabeth Gardner third, Aaron Walsh fourth, and Joanna Berg came home in the top 5. Joanna Berg came as right 34th in the points, so this is a well-needed run. This is going to get her away from that danger zone of 38. Elena Lydia in 6th. That might have just sealed Elena Lydia's fate as far as staying in this series, or as far as the 81 not falling out of that danger zone, rather. Natalie Fisher will get 7th. Natalie came into this race 17th in the points. This will continue to move her way through the standings. Alexandria Starnes will come away with 8th. She was 5th in the point standings, so this will not only keep her in the top 5 in the point standing, but this will also keep her in the possibility of moving up to the Diva Cup Series. We will have to wait and see when the points come out soon. So yeah, Sally Ford comes away with 9th. She was 13th in the points. This will put her in the top 10 in the points and also in the conversation of moving up to the Diva Cup Series. And Balam Kim will come away with a 10th place result. Balam Kim comes into this race 19th in the points table. She's been on fire the last couple of weeks with some good results here today. Look on down to the remainder of the finishing results. Caitlin Roy's going to take a hit in the standings, finished 38th. She was the last car on the lead lap. Becky Sampson was the only car that finished 1 lap down. Ada 12 finished 2 laps down, and 2 drivers finished out of the race after with 2 different issues. Alyssa Albon due to a mechanical failure, and Tatiana Guerra, who was out from our only caution of the event here today at Loudon. A couple of other drivers not running didn't get good results. April Winters, 24th. This could take her out of the top 10 of the points leaving today here at Loudon. But that is going to do it from here at Loudon, New Hampshire. Congratulations to Annie James on her 2nd win of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and be part of the BCS Race Crew today. We've shown your full finish results. Your point standings will be down in the description heading into next week at Martinsville. But we got to finish up this race weekend with a Diva Cup Series race from Martinsville, or from here at Loudon before we head to Martinsville. Hope you'll tune in for that. Until then, I've been DeVos signing off as you've been watching another broadcast of PCS Rate TV as we celebrate 14 years as the best center racing around the world since 2017. Goodbye from Loudon, New Hampshire.